I've mentioned risk-based audit planning a few times already, but in this video, I'll explain what it actually means, why it matters, and how we use it to decide what to audit first. Risk-based audit planning is about planning our audits based on risk so that we can focus our resources on the areas which pose the greatest risk instead of wasting time on the lower risk areas. If we had an audit cloning machine, we could cover every single risk the company faces. But since we don't have a cloning machine, we use risk-based audit planning to make sure that the resources we do have are focusing on the high-risk areas instead of the lower-risk ones. The first step in a risk-based audit approach is to always gather information about the business and its objectives, as the systems and processes supporting those business objectives will have the highest amount of risk. I will walk you through the other steps later, but for now, I want you to appreciate just how important that first step is. Imagine you've been asked to audit the physical controls that are in place at a museum, but you only have 30 minutes to test them. Instead of just rushing in and testing the first controls you come across, you would first identify the most expensive items as these have the most associated risk. Then you can test the controls which are protecting them. It's the same principle when auditing a business. Instead of just rushing in and auditing the first controls you come across, you need to first understand the business objectives, as these will have the most associated risk. Then you can test the controls that are protecting those business objectives. We can also use this information to determine the amount of audit resources we need to address the material risk. The more high-risk areas there are, the more audit resources we will need. For your exam, look out for questions which are trying to test that you understand that the first step in risk-based audit planning is gathering information to understand the business and its objectives, as this will allow us to plan and prioritize our audit based on risk, which means we will address the material risk first, while also helping to identify the appropriate amount of resources we need.